Hello and welcome back to the Educator series with me, Preethi Sunallinii. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Roopa Kiran. So, today we're going to be talking specifically about structured and unstructured learning. Now, for parents, commonly when we think of structured and unstructured, we are looking at the way we are filling our children's evenings with scheduled classes and activities. Now, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he goes here, Tuesday, Thursday, there is this, then Saturday, Sunday, there is something else. So this is the common way in which society is going today. But is that right? What would a balance look like? Do we always need to bring in structured activities for the child? Do we also need to create space for unstructured learning? Based on the conversations, clearly, unstructured learning is also really essential for a child's development. So, how do we figure out the right balance? If you've ever had these questions, this is a session for you. So, we are going to be first talking about defining what structured and unstructured learning is. We will definitely talk about the pros and cons of each, explore how that is going to be useful for a child's life, a child's development, and what would a healthy balance look like. That's what we're going to be talking about. So let's go ahead and welcome Roopa. Thank
Namaste.
you for being here. And let's go with the very first question. Let's start by defining what is structured and unstructured learning.
Okay. So if I say structured, it is teacher-led. It is very formal.
Mm.
Uh, there is a definite path, like, this full day is this and this and this only. You cannot change. If even the child wants, you can't change it. Okay, there is a routine. There is a routine continuous. Then here in a structured learning, the main core aspect is to teach the skill to the child.
In
In
unstructured.
structured learning.
Structured learning, the four core focus is
Main
to
focus is only
child
to
a skill.
skill acquisition. That's all. I'm just trying to, 40 minutes I have, I'm trying to give you this skill. So you learn it. I'll give you 40 minutes to learn, you learn.
Okay.
Okay. So here in unstructured, it is child-centric learning. Okay. And it is flexible. Okay. Just I'm giving points. Later on, we'll go in depth in. And there is free exploration. And it's an informal environment. Like there are no benches, there's no board. It's an informal this thing. As I told in the beginning, so what is there in our textbooks? What is out there in the world? We have put it in one paper or one book of the 200 pages, and we have given that to the child. You learn this. That is where learn this. You have to learn all this. Don't you think the child can go out and learn about sand, about magnetism, about this one? The child can explore. He can go
And
put.
now, say for example, there is Bohr's model. That's the first thing that came to my mind. There is the Bohr's model of atomic structure and molecular structure. There's organic chemistry. There's chemistry equations. There is numbers. Integration, differentiation. Honestly, I can't see it out there in the world. I don't know why that's there in the textbook, but it is part of
So
learning.
it's in the lab. Yeah, you need to experiment and you need to understand. So, see, that is an abstract
Exactly.
thing. We are coming there. But in the initial stages,
Acha, yeah, we are only talking about the younger children. Okay.
younger children, that is how you are talking about the abstract. In 9th and 10th grade, what they have to do, they have to do. So they would have, by then they would have experimented in the lab, they would have gone outside, sensorially, they would have explored and all that in an unstructured. This. Here, when I say it is teacher-led, teacher has her index. Today is 1st of June. In first week, I should finish this chapter. Some chapter she has, like environmental science or some chapter she has. Okay. So she'll write on the board. Children will sit and listen for 40 minutes. And the whole 6 hours goes like that. Snack break, lunch break, and all the classes are filled with teachers who come and go, who come and go, who come and go, where child is supposed to copy the notes from the board all the time, and the child is supposed to learn.
Correct.
That is what. Okay. So now, this is completely an index. Index teacher has the index. I have finished this. It is a tick. Did the child finish?
Did the child learn is not part of the index.
Did the child finish? The child finished copying from the board to the book. Did the child explore? Did you give enough time to the child to learn? The child needs more time to explore, and the child is in a confused state. Why is it like this? It's like X. Y is always there in X in math. So it is like that. It's like confusion and question mark. Why? But none of it is answered. Orally, probably they tell, because the child, everything is put in the book. Now the child has no opportunity to go out in the garden, touch or do gardening. Or through gardening, the child can learn environmental science. Through a lot of things, the child can learn, isn't it? So that opportunity is not given. Okay. So now in unstructured, what happens is it's completely child-centric. Children go to the garden outside there. Children sow the seeds, they see it grow. Children go to like Lal Bagh, or there are a lot of botanical gardens and places in Bangalore now for the children to go. Now, one more thing in structured this thing is there are more children, 30, 40, 50 children in a class. Okay, that is the truth. That is the truth. And now teacher cannot, today I'm doing botany, teacher cannot take the children to, there are some 10 sections. 30 children in a class, 10 sections. Now, they have to take all the 300 have to go together to the park or to Dalbagh or to wherever. So it's not possible. Humanly. It becomes very difficult and stressful taking them, it becomes like one whole half a day program. So they don't want to lose on that. Whatever they need to do, they should do it inside the classroom, or the parent has to do it at home. But here what happens is, here in unstructured and an open school, children get the opportunity. It's child-centric. First, the child will decide, today I'm going to do math. Today I'm going to do science or mixture or something the child wants to do. He will decide. They will
So a
write
child may end up doing one subject for the entire duration they are in school.
I don't think so. I don't think so. How long? 6 hours the child? I don't think so. The child tendency is to, children who are quick will finish faster and take the next subject. Children who want to understand, they might repeat. We do give them the opportunity to repeat.
So if one child wants to stay with math when another child has moved on to science, it's okay.
It's absolutely. It's no problem at all. Okay. So now what happens here is, in unstructured, the child writes his or her journal first in the morning. They come, they decide what they want to do. Apart from the classes they have, like, they might have this theater class, or they might have this other classes in between, Sanskrit class or Spanish class, whatever. They know this time this person is coming to help us learn these things and all that. They will be aware of that. So they will work around that. They will tell, now I have this class, I'll finish this and go to that class. They know time management. Time. They are conscious about what is happening next. So I need to do my work in this. Teacher is not telling, do this only. Till and unless, as I mentioned, there are children with specific learning disabilities or difficulties. Rather than disability, we'll call it difficulty. So until and unless this SLD. So these children, we will sit and work with them, trying to understand, because there are chances of missing on time or not realizing the time is past. With these children, they might not realize, I have only this much time, I should finish between this time and all that. This specific time awareness is a little, they're still learning in the process of. So because of that, what we do is we tell, once it is done, we give them certain work to do. And still we do ask them, what do you want to do? Today, shall we do English? Today, we will sit and make a table for them. We do ask them. It is not that we don't ask. We do sit and ask them, shall we do this and this and this? The child is so obsessed with something. Say the child is so obsessed with math The child wants to do math throughout the day. Then we will pitch in. I'm talking about children with difficulty first. So
Okay.
then we will structure for them. We will tell them that we will do this and this and this because we will not know what to do later. So we will work on these areas. So we choose and we will sit and prepare and we will work accordingly. But other children, the neurotypical children, they know, they write their own journal and they decide what to do and whether it is done correctly or not. Whatever they come and cross check, they ask us to check and all that is done.
Okay, so now they are the ones choosing the subject, but now the curriculum is fixed by whom? By you.
Curriculum is Montessori, curriculum is there.
Montessori
There, the
curriculum is there.
topics get
So which
planned
means by the
based
end
on
of, let's say, half the year or quarter of the year or end of the year, a child in grade 2, grade 1, grade 3 needs to have completed these topics and
it will
skills.
be the topics will be there. Yeah, it will be put up. The child
Topics
will
will be
choose the
there.
topic. Yeah.
The child chooses the topic also.
Yeah, the child will choose the topic. Today I'm going to do, say, vertebrates. I'm going to do, speak about, I'm going to do parts of a fruit. I am going to do parts of an arthropoda. I'm going to do, what is that?
So these words, these concepts are introduced by the teacher or by the child picks it up?
No, no, no. It is introduced. We introduce. We call it as presentations. We give presentations through stories and all. That lesson is done. The lesson is done. Later, the child can choose and explore and go in depth. And the child will come up with questions. We answer
Got
them.
that. Got that. So what I'm hearing is in the unstructured method also, there is some method to the madness. While it is child-centric, the teacher is the one, let's say on one particular day of the month or week, they introduce a topic of a particular subject, and the rest of the week or for whatever duration, the children will go back and pick that subject
Whatever
and
they want.
go deeper,
See
do
now,
different activities.
this
Did I
eclipse.
say that right?
Yes,
Was that right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Now eclipse happened last week. So that was the topic to learn.
Because it's
That was the
happening.
topic. Yes, and a lot of rain and floods are happening. So that was a topic to learn. In Montessori, we have it's an international standard of learning where anywhere in the world you go, Montessori, we have certain set curriculum based on the environment wherever, like if it is India, if it is Africa, if it is America, based on their environmental this thing, we teach according to that. Otherwise, we have hands-on learning based on the topic-based learning also. Open school systems are there where they go by the topics and I don't know how they structure their work and all that. We don't know. But it is completely child-centric. Child-centric. Child will come up with a lot of questions or child comes up with something. Child comes with an insect. So that morning, that is the lesson.
So that day it can suddenly come up.
Yes, of course. He brings a dragonfly. So that day the lesson is about dragonfly. He's got the dragonfly and all his friends are behind the dragonfly and he's carrying it around and going around and doing things. And that is the lesson. It's an arthropoda. So it is zoology. So we teach them that.
Okay.
There are a lot of subjects which are spread out. So based on that, here also it is like only 6 subjects they are giving, where science, math, social studies and all. In the structure, it is teacher-led. Teacher tells this is it.
This is the topic for the day.
This is the topic and this is the time and everything is decided there. And the children are supposed to copy
Duration
from.
is also fixed.
Exploration doesn't happen. Exploration doesn't happen. Hands-on experience doesn't happen. It doesn't
There's
happen.
no time for going deeper also. No, there's too many things to do and then I have to catch up with what's already
Every
due.
year, yes, every year in depth, 1 year at a time, there is in-depth learning happening and all that. And that day the child chooses this is what I want to do. It is not like teacher is decided for the child, where in a conventional teacher decide. There is a definite path. This is what it is going to happen. But here in open system, that definite path will not happen, but learning happens. Learning happens.
So even though there are so many deviations from the, whatever fixed curriculum, so you have these topics, but there can obviously be, you can take the 5th topic first, the 1st topic first. You can go deeper, you can stay shallow, you can do whatever you want. So different children have different levels of understanding of
Yes.
topics.
Yes.
How, is there a way that you insist on at the end of the year, all children should have learned certain things, or there has to be only this much? So there is some kind of an assessment evaluation.
Insistence in the sense observation. Every day we observe the child and we check their books and all that. So we get to know what level the child is working on. So that is
Mm.
an understanding. That is like regular assessment for us. We need not give a
Right.
test paper and all that. This is observation is only the assessment kind what we do. Where in conventional they have to learn for their everyday SA1, FA1, and every month they have exams and tests and all that. They are only exam bound learning. This
Mm.
page is there, this question answer I should learn, this question answer I should produce. It's not like that here. Now, older children in our school, they make their own questionnaires. We encourage them. We give the lesson. They know from day one, we teach them how to check the dictionary. So they don't understand something, they go check the dictionary. What is the meaning of these words? All these things they do. So because of that, what happens is the learning multiplies. It's not like all the time I have to run to the teacher to ask. Not
Mm.
required. The environment is so adequate. The environment is so full of materials and stuff which children need not, go elsewhere, or children need not be deprived of not learning or reference books and all that. So everything is there in the environment where the child uses these to learn. So naturally, the learning multiplies. Naturally, the
Learning
multiplies.
multiplies.
Naturally, it multiplies rather than the conventional sticking to one book. It has
Mm.
its own, and they have their own structure. What is that? Routine. They have
Mm.
that routine. Now we have 10 children. They come. Each one wants to do differently.
Mm.
Now, in conventional, today morning first period is math. Everybody should do math. So
Mm.
this kind of mindset is set in the child where math teacher only will come at 9 o'clock.
Mm.
Here,
Mm.
child has no option to choose. Today, I don't think so. Today, I want to do science. Today, I want to do English at 9 o'clock.
Mm.
No, there is no option for the child. The child has to learn that. So then, here in free exploration, what happens is like opportunities for learning enhances.
So what I'm
Enhances
also seeing is that when
discovery.
there is freedom, the
Yes.
goal is to learn for the sake of learning and curiosity. Because I want to do it, as against I have to do it so that I have to score well. So when
Mm.
it is exam bound, the focus is not learning, the focus is on evaluation. Somebody is going to evaluate me. What will they evaluate me? Only that much I need to learn. As against, what is this topic? Why am I studying this topic? Why is this interesting? What do I want to know about it? That takes you deeper into the learning curve.
And the knowledge also enhances. This is the
Mm.
child's knowledge. Teacher is
Correct.
not filling in the knowledge that you learn this only, this is only is going to happen. You don't know. The child, today's children, they're learning hands-on and they're exploring. When you're exploring only, you'll get to know to discover new things.
Correct.
All the discovery that has happened is because of the exploration. If you're not
Mm.
exploring, if you're bound, then the knowledge is restricted. And the child's capacity, we will not know the child's capacity.
Mm. Mm.
So enhancements, we are suppressing the child's enhanced learning.
Mm. 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 So there are a lot of benefits that have already come out in the
Yes.
unstructured format. Now, technically, the unstructured format also has a structure. It's just that it is child-led. It's not an imposed structure. It is a structure developed for and by the child with the assistance or guidance of a adult.
Adult.
Right? So there are
Correct.
topics and themes that are already chosen by the adult based
Which
on
is
the
there.
age appropriateness and the child's environment or where you're living, depending upon the city you're in, the country you're in, depending upon what is there around the child, that is what the child is learning. And so The topics are already decided, but what they want to learn, the child gets to decide. How long they spend on that topic, how deep they go in that topic is up to them. And whatever
Yes.
the child, however deep the child wants to go, there are adults to
Just
support the child,
assist.
to
Yes.
assist the child.
Yes.
Fantastic. So, what that does is it retains the curiosity in the child and that enthusiasm for learning, the enthusiasm and curiosity to really understand the concept, as against coming from the context of pressure. It's not that I have to, it's because I want to. And that's a beautiful distinct difference as to why we want unstructured learning as against structured learning. But structured learning has its place. You
Yes.
said one of the distinct differences you brought in about why structured learning is important for children with learning disabilities. Did I get that right?
Yeah, with learning difficulties, children, because
Children.
they tend to miss on time.
Time, correct. So
They will not realize.
the time consciousness somewhere for children with learning disabilities or learning difficulties, I shouldn't call it as disability, learning difficulties, there is a that is a stark difference where that time consciousness is missing. And these children who are able to pick up on their own, the child-centric, where they are choosing what to do when, they have that time consciousness. And that
Yes.
is such a irony.
Yeah.
We would think that children who are put in a fixed routine, 40 minutes, continuous, you have 40 minutes, then 40 minutes, then a 10-minute break, then 40 minutes, 40 minutes. It's easy to understand time there, is the general perception. But here we are saying that because the child is choosing to do a topic, they're completing something and they are choosing to do something else, they are more aware of time. Is that
But
what you're suggesting?
they're- they manage their time very well. They don't
Beautiful, beautiful. So, with children with difficulty, though, a structure is necessary because of the time difficulty.
because one more thing I'll tell. See, given them time structure, we will do only for that particular subject or something. We will structure, tell that this and this and this. But these children are free to open in this kind of environment. They really bloom well because there is
Mm.
lot of empathy in the environment. They don't judge. They don't see this while growing. Now it is the social aspect from age 6 to 9. This 6 to 12. This social aspect is there, and there is misunderstandings, and there are things which they speak and not speak and want to do, and best friend and all this is there. It happens. They are growing and they are learning. All this is there. But apart from that, these children are let free.
Mm.
So they learn more and even they are happy because there is no stress in the environment. Actually, what it is like, many tell you should work very hard. What is
Mm.
that hard work? I want to really understand till that. What is that hard work? Why it has to be hard to learn?
Mm.
One thing always I keep thinking, why it has to be hard to learn? Until and unless there is a difficulty, man has made math, or
Mm.
man has made language, or man has made something, we are trying to learn it.
Mm.
If you discover things on your own, don't you think that's a little easier way of doing it? But now it's a world we are, we have to progress with everyone and we have to live there with everyone and do things accordingly. So that's where we are trying to fit in the society. So we need to do certain things accordingly. And as you told, like they need to get a job monetarily, they need to maintain themselves.
Exactly. So that's
They
one
need
thing, but
to
also we
earn.
don't need to reinvent the wheel, isn't it? When
Yes,
somebody else
exactly.
has
Yeah.
discovered something and already put out certain
I know
theories,
it's already there, so we are trying
that's
to learn
why
those.
reinvent the wheel. Absolutely. So it does have a space. It does have its own, let's say, its own pros and a
Yeah.
place for that.
Even now here, even the structured learning have benefits like, you can predict, you can expect things. Like,
Mm.
the child is learning this chapter, the marks is 100.
Mm.
I know how many of them will get 100.
Mm.
You can predict because
Mm.
over the period of time they've been doing it and, so the teacher can literally read children like, this is what I have told. and this is what I have taught, and this I can produce. This the child can produce now.
Got that. So now in the context of, so in a certain sense, if you look at it, there is structure within the unstructured also, or the child-centric learning also has a structure. Now for parents like me who are watching this, how do we bring in this structure, like I said, in the context of a family space and raising children, where that structure comes in is definitely in the way we manage our time in the house, how we engage the child. And the easiest thing, and also because we want to ensure children get a lot of exposure to different things, there is this thing of scheduling so many things for the child. No, one day the child is
It's
going
not so good actually.
one day music, one day dance, one day basketball, one day swimming. मतलब 5 days, 7 days are there. उसमें तो 5 to 6 days the child is out somewhere and in some of the other class. No, that's not to mention tuitions. Right?
Yeah.
The concept of tuitions, I never ever understand that. So so how do we understand this now? How much of scheduled time is okay? How much of scheduled activities are okay? And how much of unstructured time do we have to schedule? What would be your
See, the
response?
thing is, see, we children should have free time. Children should actually, be lazy a little bit. It's not like regular laziness. It's they need to be given their own time, like how you say my time.
Mm,
That my time child also should have that my time for that them to think and to enhance their knowledge or whatever it can be, because how do you learn? Only by structure and going on, it is like you're tied up to something all the time running behind it. The child
No,
needs to
parents, the first thing, if you say this, I'm sure every other parent there is thinking, Arey, my child, if I leave him like that, the only thing my child is going to be doing is mobile.
watching TV or mobile.
Mobile. I don't want that. Instead, let him go in a
Play
surf.
outside. At least let them have free play, like in the apartments or
Mm,
outside, or they play. They have neighboring children coming in, and they should have the free play thing. That is when
mm,
they learn, that is when they learn how the society works, how children are thinking, and it is a different age group also. So that is a
mm,
benefit. If
mm,
they're playing with different age group children, that is one great benefit the child has, where the child tries to express and the other child is trying to respond, and there are confusions, and they learn how to manage that confusion. Now they know how to answer or how to deal with the situations. These are all
mm.
practical ways of approaching and reaching.
Emotional intelligence aspect.
Yes, yes, yes. All this is very, very, very important for the child. Now it is all about like soft skills and everything, it is very important. It's
So
not
how
only
can we, what kind of a ratio would be the right ratio for structured and
nothing. See,
unstructured?
there's nothing like ratio. Now I don't feel like doing something, I will not do it. It should not become habitual. I do understand. So parent now what they feel is this is the child is making it habitual. I don't want to do this because there is structure there. So the child doesn't want to go there and play because he feels it is difficult, or he feels it is very tiring. But I
Mm,
want to do it.
mm,
Sit and speak with the child. What is it that the child is interested in? Make the child understand. Lengthy talks are very, very important, where because we don't have time, we are cutting it short and we are
mm,
deciding.
mm,
Early we are deciding. Now the child scores well. The child is bringing a medal in swimming.
mm,
Child
mm,
doesn't want to go. This is
mm,
an example. Now this child feels tired. Every day I am going, doing the same thing. But this child is bringing a medal. Now the
mm,
child parent feels that the child's strength is in swimming. The child is bringing a medal. Okay, but
mm.
the child reluctantly, the child is doing it. Parents do understand encouraging is fine and all that is fine. But still, at certain times, you should allow the child to be free also. Don't simply go
If
on
the
because you.
child is the one who has chosen these, I want to do, learn all of these things,
Mhm. The
then it's
committing by the age of 7 and 8,
mm,
they can seriously commit. Some children commit very early at the age of 6 also, I have seen. But
mm,
Given a chance, they can commit at this age. Once they commit, they will do it. They'll take responsibility. Parent, what is happening is parent is going and getting committed.
Correct.
That is not parent's work. That is child's work. Child should commit.
That child should learn to take that responsibility and
Responsibility of committing himself to certain work or certain ways of doing it and carrying it on throughout.
Hmm. Yeah, I can
Throughout.
totally see that. I can totally see that. When we as
Yes.
parents end up imposing something on
Imposing. That
because we
imposition
are
should come.
committing to a school or a class saying my child is going to come. Now he says I've already paid for it. At least just go
Mm.
there. I'm sure you're good at it. So what we're doing is we are imposing our experiences, our aspirations, our expectations on the child, and expecting the child to own our commitment.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
never something that the child wanted. And that is where there is a gap in a child really picking up something as a skill and mastering it, as against doing something for the sake of it, where there's not really.
What you should do is initially at early ages, you can expose the child to like different sports or
Mm,
give exposure to
mm,
different learning styles or to do this should be done at the age of 6 early, very early. If you do, slowly the child also experiences. So this is there, this is there. If you don't give exposure,
mm.
then there is no choice. The child
Correct.
doesn't know how it works or
So what you're saying is for younger children, it's okay for us to take them to different classes to give exposure.
classes. Give exposure to them initially.
So,
So
and it
once you
should
give
not be
exposure, the child
only
will
through
choose.
classes.
Yes, you can give. You
Right?
can
We
give
can take them
exposure.
to theater, take them to
Anything.
performances, take them to for maybe experience it in the home itself.
Experiential learning. Yes, you can
Well,
give all that.
and
So
based
you
on that,
don't
the
know.
child can then make a choice when the time is right.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Hmm.
here certain things are there. So this is how it is. And the child automatically he'll start structuring his work.
Hmm.
So we are talking about the people elite, the people middle class, the people, but there are people like who have really showed interest and who have studied under the street lights and who are performed well without parent pressure, without any pressure. They have learned, don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you think? Don't you think we are putting a red carpet all the time? Why do you have to put red carpet? Take one day at a time. Even in a structured environment, we were talking about the benefits and other things in the structured this thing. Structure is important. We understand because of the population is also such in our country.
Hmm.
You can't give the free time and dilly dolly and do things, and it doesn't work like that because parents have to go to work and they need to do a lot of things at home also, and all this is there. So there are benefits, and even in sports and other ways also allow the child. If it is so structured in the school and all that, give certain freedom to choose or do certain things at home where the child experiences this also, the
Hmm.
freedom of movement, the freedom of choice, and the freedom of speech. Let the child experience at home if the child, you are giving an opportunity for the child.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And in fact, I love also the point where you brought in the importance of long conversations with children.
Long
I
conversations
also
is very
don't believe that yes, children will easily jump to watching screens and, TV and the phone. But I can definitely attest to the fact that having these long conversations of why it bothers you, why you don't want the child to be stuck on the phone, and are you modeling that? Are you having those conversations with the child? And the child will take ownership of that as well. It is not true that children will say, "अच्छा unstructured time का मतलब मैं फोन में ही पड़ी रहूंगी." That's not the truth. That's not the case. That's a fear that we as parents have. But if we only took the time to invest in having these conversations with our children, when the children see right from wrong or the logic behind it, they will also be able to take ownership of that and work it through and come up with their own structure that is productive, that is good for them, and that will work for everyone. And
because yeah, unstructured is very important. They learn critical thinking, you know.
yes.
Then they empathetic, being empathy, showing empathy. Then they have creativity, you know.
Mm.
This through unstructured only. Creativity comes through unstructured this thing only. Then
And there are
uh,
so many values that are so easily, imbibed rather than it needing to be taught like a moral lesson.
They'll know what is right, what is wrong, their
Exactly.
needs and wants. All this
They're
will
aware
come.
of their strengths, their weaknesses. So self-awareness
Weaknesses.
is very
Yes.
high. And
Yes.
because they are able to, do this on their own by taking ownership
Exactly.
of that,
Ownership.
an
Yes.
investment to regulate themselves as well, regulate their time, regulate their emotions, regulate their wants. It's a beautiful um, it's a beautiful way to shape a personality inside out rather than from the outside, right?
Yes.
And I think that is a beautiful place for us to end this conversation here. Rupa, thank you so much. It has been a
Thank you.
really eye-opening conversation today, in terms of understanding structured and unstructured. Yes, structure has its place, but unstructured doesn't mean no structure.
Mm.
Unstructured simply means it's not an imposed structure. It is a structure developed by and for the children, and
Mm.
so it is easier for them to stick to it, and it also helps them develop time consciousness, empathy, problem solving, responsibility, ownership, and all of these are very, very key leadership skills. If not, of course there are so many other things that would come up in that, but what I see starkly is that we're building leaders require unstructured learning time. And with that, let's close the conversation here today. Stay tuned with us. Do put down in the comments what are your biggest takeaways from this conversation. If you have any particular topics that you would like us to cover, any particular questions that you have about Montessori learning, open schooling, or child development in general, feel free to drop a mail or a comment or DM either me or Absorbent Mind Rupa, and we would be very happy to take that up. Thank you so much for staying with us this long. Like us, follow us, subscribe, share with your community. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Bye bye.